Hello, my name is Sonali and I welcome you all to this week's special episode of Around the World in 7 Days. Nowadays, you must be hearing a lot of discussion about ChatGPT and probably you must have used it as well. It is being considered a breakthrough in the digital world. This is because of its capability of promptly producing the required results according to the needs of the user. The technology on which it is based is called AI, that is artificial intelligence. Usually we understand the intelligence of humans only, but when the same is represented by a machine, it is defined as artificial intelligence. Basically, AI is a technology under which a computer, a robot, or any other machine is programmed in such a way that it can perform tasks just like humans. In other words, artificial intelligence is the ability of a computer or a machine to mimic the power of the human brain. Machines based on this technology learn from examples and experiences. It includes a combination of abilities to recognize objects, understand language, respond, make decisions, solve problems, and so on. Because of these features, scientists have developed robots. In the beginning, these robots were made to work like humans on a limited scale. But now they can do much more. They can work in places where there is usually a danger to human life, or the conditions are challenging and hostile for him. And one such domain is warfare. Therefore, now many countries of the world are working towards making robot army. Many of these countries have already included robots in their country's defense structure. Because of this, there is a global debate about robot army. Questions are being raised on how right is it to develop a robot army? What are the risks associated with its deployment? There are also many questions whether machines should be entitled to decide on human life. Should the robot army be promoted or should it be stopped for now? We will discuss all these questions one by one, but first let us know which countries are using robots in their armies. America comes first in the list of countries using robots in their armies. It is using many types of robots for military purposes. Most of these include robots developed by the Boston Dynamics company. This company developed a robot named Sandfly for America in the year 2012. This robot is capable of leaping at least a 2-story building. It also has the capability to capture surveillance footage during jumps. It was used by America in Afghanistan. Similarly, America had extensively used AI-enabled helicopter named K-MAX in Afghanistan. This unmanned helicopter was used by the US Navy to transport supplies to Afghanistan. France comes next in this list. The French army also included a robot named Dog in one of its military exercises. Its purpose was to test the robot's capability in military use. During this, the French soldiers tested this robot to achieve objectives such as offensive action to capture, defensive action during night and day, and urban warfare. Since then, it is being speculated that France will soon include robots in its army. Here, our neighboring country China is also using robots for military purposes. According to reports, in December 2021, China had deployed machine gun wielding robots near the Indian border. In addition, dozens of autonomous and automated vehicles capable of carrying weapons and other material were sent to Tibet. Most of these were deployed in border areas. These were the areas where a clash was going on between Chinese and Indian soldiers. Similarly, in December 2022, news came that the Chinese military had tested drones and robots in a series of urban warfare exercises. They were tested for their ability to perform espionage, combat, and logistical support tasks. Last January, the Indian Army issued a tender to buy 100 robotic mules and 48 jetpack suits to include high-tech equipment in its inventory. According to the information, with the help of these robotic mules, the soldiers will be able to carry heavy loads, while on the other hand, with the help of jetpack suits, they will be able to run at a speed of about 50 kilometers per hour. Similarly, other countries of the world are also using robots to fulfill their military purposes. Robots made for military purposes can set their goals without any human help or instructions and can take action when needed. They can also decide on their own whether to take someone's life or not. For this reason, their use is being questioned around the world. The robots used for war are being termed as killer robots. It is being argued that putting such robots on the military front would be like calling for a demolition. Since most of these robots will be automated and autonomous, there will be a looming fear of them taking wrong decisions. The biggest challenge in this is how to ensure that who will be killed by the robot and who will not be killed. Because for a robot, all men will be equal. Therefore, it can also kill people who should not be killed, whereas a human soldier can differentiate between his target and innocent people. But whether a machine will be able to make such a critical distinction? Moreover, if AI-based robotic army develops artificial mind in place of artificial intelligence, will it not be a threat to human civilization? Despite this, it is certain that the role of the machines taking part in the war today will continue. For example, from the creation of nuclear weapons till date, there have been demands to ban and eliminate them, but they still exist. Many countries of the world are still developing nuclear weapons. The same is going to happen with these robots as well. But the question will always remain that to what extent should the limits of these machines be determined? How many rights should be given to them to take decisions? Now it's turn for this program's Sunday special segment in which we will talk about other important international news. In the past, Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz focused heavily on countries that did not criticize Russia on the Ukraine war. He said in a speech that countries such as South Africa, Vietnam, and India hesitate to criticize Russia over the Ukraine crisis because they believe that international principles are not applied uniformly. He said that when he talks to the leaders of these countries, many assure him that they are not questioning the fundamental principles of the international order, their concern being that these principles are not applied uniformly. Speaking at the World Policy Forum program, Olaf Scholz said he wants representation on equal terms and an end to the double standards of the West. On the other hand, on May 19, a meeting of the Arab League was held in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Representatives of all the members, including Oman, Palestine, Egypt, Lebanon, Yemen, participated in this meeting. The most special thing about this meeting was that after almost 12 years, Syria also took part. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad attended the meeting. The Arab League ended Syria's membership in 2011 following the crackdown on democracy supporters in Syria. However, this month Syria was readmitted to the Arab League. The rest of the member countries, including Saudi Arabia, have now accepted that Assad's hold on power has become very strong. The Arab League is a regional organization of Arab countries. It was established in March 1945 in Cairo, the capital of Egypt. With the addition of Syria, the number of members of the Arab League has rose to 23. Recently, the executive board of IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, has approved a $3 billion bailout package for West African country Ghana to deal with the economic crisis. Burdened by rising inflation and debt burden, Ghana's government started talks with the IMF in the July last year itself for a bailout package. Bailout packages are generally given to provide financial assistance to countries facing the threat of possible bankruptcy. This loan can be in the form of cash or bonds. Due to this, the economic system of any country is saved from complete collapse. Through this package, an attempt is made to bring the economy back on track. So that was all in today's discussion. See you in the next episode. But before we leave, let's note down the practice question based on today's story. Highlighting the dilemma in the use of robotic army, mention the moral aspects associated with its use.